Good evening. I'm a lawyer with the law firm Justice for the Rich. I'm here representing the Elves against Santa. For those of you who don't celebrate Christmas or who don't believe, you know this is all a metaphor anyway. For those of you who have gotten wind that the Elves were thinking about striking and disrupting Christmas, you can be rest assured that the Union for the Elves realizes that obviously this was would be a very bad PR move. There would be the endless camera shots of crying children. No one would care about the Elves and the oppressive conditions that they have to endure in the North Pole, which is melting. The Elves don't seem to be concerned about this. However, we are representing the Penguins on the melting North Pole. But back to the Elves, their complaint is about being brought to the North Pole with promises of jobs and prosperity. The Elves tell a different story, where they work in dangerous conditions, long hours, making crap, nothing anybody can use. They feel useless. All meaning to life has been lost. When asked about the rumors of the Union asking that the children be removed, didn't the Elves want to be near their children? And they said yes, they did. They just didn't want them working with them in these horrible conditions. Other complaints are the lack of choices that the Elves have. They have to buy all their supplies through the Santa warehouses where prices are high. Santa has offered credit cards with Santa interest. Then there are the Santa mortgages and the Santa banks. And yes, the Elves find themselves living with the Huskies outside and homeless. It may sound familiar, the names have been changed, but let's be clear, the same people are being fucked. I'm here to represent them, at least until their pension plan runs out. Then they're on their own. Our law firm has a reputation. We will write every possible appeal just to keep the case going, even though we all know it's not going anywhere. We will be dealing with the scab Elves making next year's toys. Meanwhile, we are asking and taking for donations for the soup kitchens, for the Elves and their families. This is a time to remember what they've done for you. Try not to focus on all the times that you didn't get what you wanted from Santa Claus, because it wasn't the Elves' fault. The only statement we have from Santa headquarters is they say rape them until they plead guilty. This might sound harsh coming from Santa, but he's got a job to do. So those of you who will be opening up your presents from Santa, remember the Elves. And by the way, this was sponsored by Rudolph the Whistleblower.